Oh, hello there. Yes, well, last day of sunshine, I do believe, for a while. Yeah, unless it's raining already where you are. It's a possibility, I suppose. I don't know where you are. I don't know. Anyway, yes, good news yesterday about the whole Doge teams going into reform areas, and I don't know how many hours is it going to be before someone points out that it's probably quite illegal to have bunches of people from a political party coming in auditing things when, well, basically county councils, etc., can do that for themselves and have done for several hundred years. But I guess that's just the wokists doing it all wrong or something. I don't think it's going to be very long before someone points those things out. That's just me being picky, of course. The delightful news yesterday was that our favourite Koran burner has been, well, not quite sent down, but at least convicted, which had all of the right-wingers jumping up and down about how dreadful it is. Here he is from the Daily Telegraph. Somebody's told him not to stick two fingers up. Yes, he got fined 250 quid because, well, he's an asylum seeker. He doesn't earn anything, so that's why. If you want to read what the judge had to say, there's a link to the actual written statement down below. The usual people, as I say, jumping up and down about this. I imagine that as of today, at some stage, someone will find out that the judge's sister's husband's cousin's dog used to belong to a Labour Party member, and therefore it's really unfair. But the thing about this is, of course, it's not about blasphemy. This is a public order issue. The guy doesn't like Muslims when it comes down to it. That was what the judge decided because he was standing there shouting about paedophiles. You know, the way that people do. And you can make your arguments about whether or not shouting about Muslims in the street is to do with race, but it sure as hell looks like it. If I was to go and stand outside a synagogue shouting that Moses was a paedophile, even though all evidence seems to suggest that the two wives he's had were probably at least into their 20s, but leaving that aside, if I was to do that and then burn the Torah or something, I would be arrested toot sweet, and various people, the same sort of people that are decrying blasphemy laws, would be shouting for my head. There was a fine example of this yesterday in the Daily Telegraph. There was this one from Stephen, what's his name? Daisley. Yes, no, me neither. Basically, following the events in Colorado where some probably quite disturbed person decided to try and firebomb a group of Jews. Now, if we accept that you shouldn't attack people, it's a public order offence. If you want to layer various things onto it, you can do. But what Stephen has done here, being a bit of an apologist, you know, the way that people are, is suggesting that people chanting Free Palestine basically are being anti-Semitic, and it really shouldn't be allowed because it's a very slippery slope between that and firebombing people. Well, possibly. But don't forget there's a lot of people in this country, and they are the same sort of people that really don't want there to be blasphemy laws, are more than happy to suggest that the police should lock people up for wearing, I don't know, a t-shirt with a watermelon on it or something. Now, I don't mind. You can bring in those laws. That's entirely your choice. But the thing about it is at least be consistent about what you're arguing about. If you don't like Muslims, fine, you don't like Muslims. If you want to have the right to, you know, shout about Muslims, okay, bring that in as a law. But you have to accept that other people will use that law themselves. And if you want to bring in laws that say, oh, well, you know, in that case, well, we'll just bring in laws about the people we don't like. You can do again, but don't, in that case, kid yourself, you're living in a democracy. You're just not. You're basically ending up living in a police state where, drum roll, your thoughts, feelings and speech are going to be moderated by the law. Make up your mind. You can't have both. Oh, Muslims aren't a race. Oh, okay, then try that with Jewish people. Whenever you see this kind of stuff, simply take out the word Muslim or Islam and put in Jew or Jewish and see where you get to. Anyway, do have a lovely day. Do try and stay out of trouble. And, you know, if you should decide that you don't like something in particular, don't just stand outside it shouting and burning things. It's, well, illegal, as it should be. Do have a lovely day, if you can.